It is an innate desire for a man to become the best version of himself. It is an innate desire for a man to climb the echelons of life and reach the top. But nowadays, in the modern society, that desire is being suppressed and destroyed. And that is causing a major problem for men. The lack of masculinity, the lack of courage, the lack of bravery, the lack of ambition. Do you not understand that the world's greatest inventions were created by the most ambitious people, the youngsters like us? Yeah, almost every single one of the youngsters, if you see them when they're young, they just want to lead an amazing, awesome life. The best life one can find. And I believe the best life for a man, if you study history, if you want to navigate the past, you might as well study history because that's one of the best things that you can do. And a matter of fact, a best life for a man was lived by the kings back in those days. The kings actually led a very great life compared to the peasants, compared to the middle people. I don't know what you call them. Serpent or something, yeah. The peasants did not live the same life as the kings, and the kings had a different habit compared to the peasants. The kings led a different lifestyle compared to the peasants. And almost every single one of us, the young guys, we are born as peasants. We are not born as kings. We are born as peasants, of course. And when we want to reach the top, the best life for a man is, like if you want real life examples, it could be Karigala Cholan, Rajaraja Cholan, Genghis Khan, Alexander, Leonidas, Napoleon, all those great men. They lived as emperors. They lived as kings. And they did wars, conquest, adventure. They went out into the world, conquered things. And compared to the olden societies, our generation of men are being feminine. They're not having a good quality of masculinity. In matter of fact, they're not even masculine at all. Most guys I know, not personally, just know them, alright? They don't have the fire of masculinity. And I'm seeing a major problem in society that only a few people actually understand. There is the loss of masculinity in our society. And do you know why? Just think about this. Our father's generation, our grandfathers, our forefathers, they had masculine men in our age. Like the 15-year-olds, they used to look like real men at 16 with full beards and mustache. Look at us. Look at our generation. Still hanging around wearing baggy clothes, painting their heads, trimming their nails and, just like doing manicure and all that stuff, putting nail polish on their nails. You're a man. Do you not understand that you have certain duties that have to be fulfilled and you need to live life in a certain way for you to be treated the way a real man is treated? What happened to you people? Why is masculinity being destroyed in our society? I'm not talking about what factors destroying masculinity. I'm just talking about why is masculinity being destroyed. Because the masculine spirit usually stands with justice. The masculine spirit stands with justice and it fights injustice. So when you want to break a society, there's three major things which you break, alright? Number one, the masculinity in men. Number two, the compassion in women. Number three, the thinking capacity in children, in the youngsters. If you destroy those three, and the whole society is collapsed. Alright, but when you want to take control over a society, what do? You simply destroy one of them. So now they are destroying the masculine spirit of men. Like most young guys today suffer from the same things that almost every low testosterone guy would suffer from. Alright? Like they have low mood all the time. They're not energized. They're just lazy. They just want to sleep all day, scroll on their phone all day, do nothing. They have no, matter of fact, you see, this happened actually a few days ago and that's what infuriates me to the point that I'm sitting here shouting in front of a camera. My social teacher asked our class of 40 people who, among that 23 are boys, males, she asked, what is your ambition? Among 23 boys, only a few of us told an ambition. And all the others, they said, oh, I have no ambition. Yeah, no ambition, nothing at all. And my social teacher, she repeatedly kept questioning them. Oh, do you like something? Do you have a passion? Not like an ambition or not like a job? Do you like something or something like that? They're like, oh no, I don't want to do anything. Yeah, nothing at all. I don't have nothing. I'm just a useless piece of shit. That's it. Think about that. You're a young guy and you're saying that you don't want to do anything. What about all the energy that you'll be given during these years? Are you going to use that energy for the purpose of making injustice greater than justice? If you're just talking about injustice and justice, the most injustice things that happen in our society happens due to the loss of masculinity. Because masculinity actually fights against justice. We as a society perform really well when we fight against evil. And there's genuine evil in our society. I've seen it. So if there's like an evil diplomatic, I don't think diplomatic is the correct word. If there's like an evil, arrogant ruler telling to the people that you're all my slaves and I'm going to take control of you, there has to be that one masculine man among that group of people who stands against that emperor and fights against them, fights against evil. If that masculinity is disappeared, if that masculinity is destroyed in our society, think what happens. Think what's going to happen to all of us youngsters. We're going to be slaves in the future. And I don't want that happening to the society in which I live. And none of the members in the war house too. We don't that. Alright? And we want this masculinity to be risen again. There's like instead of saying loss of masculinity, we could say an attack on masculinity. Because you see, some people don't want enemies against them. And actually, if you kill your enemy even before the war starts, then there's no war. You automatically win. And that's what they're doing. They're destroying your masculine spirit. When was the last time you ever actually stood against something? Or when was the last time? Almost never in your life. Think about this. You're saying something. You're just giving out your perspective of something. And someone's like, oh no, I don't like that. This is my perspective. And you're always like, okay. How is that correct? No. You see, every individual has different beliefs, and you're gonna absolutely go through life having an amazing life if you make your beliefs into the correct one. And if you defend them, if you defend your beliefs from the evilness in today's world, then you'll automatically be living an amazing life. Because let's take the old MNS examples again. Because when our kings who conquered lands and societies, they spread their culture. They spread their way of living. And I'm not saying that every man must be out there with swords, fighting, shedding blood in the society. I'm saying that you can fight for your own life. Because your own life is being destroyed by a lot of things in the modern world. And one of the major factors that is destroying the life of young men today is social media. Yeah, I might be speaking like a 40-year-old uncle, but I'm not saying that social media in and out of itself is bad, because social media is completely similar to the real world. Well, except it's on pixels and on screen. That the real world is absolutely better. But the reason why social media is ruining your life, killing your masculinity as a man is that you are what you consume, because you're a product of your thoughts, and your thoughts are influenced by what you hear, what you see, and what you speak. So if you constantly feed yourself garbage through social media, right? Men in gowns dancing like idiots, then that's what your thinking is going to be like, and that's the kind of man you're going to become. Imagine, have you ever seen any movie that shows like a hyper masculine character? Or let's take the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Commando, Rambo would be a great example, right? Think about this. Take the movie Rocky. You all inspire him. You want to be like him, the man in the movie. But once the movie's done, you're back to stoning. You're back to instilling garbage in your mind. And nowadays, they are using the movies to target you. They're using the movies to kill you. They're showing the simp boy in movies who's chasing girls round and round. hoping for their attention and doing nothing in his career development, character development life. That's not the man you're supposed to be. You are the younger generation of men who lived as kings. They are our ancestors. And if they could live such great lives, why can't you? Why do you have this question mark in your life? Why do you have this emptiness in your life? The answer is simple. It's because you don't act. You don't do anything. You're just a feather in the wind that goes by as society and the world pushes him to be. And that is not correct. That is the wrong thing. And I stand against it. I really believe that both men and women in a society must be ambitious and courageous. And that's what builds a stronger society for the next generation. But in the olden generations, it wasn't a bigger issue because we are the ones that are facing the problems, right? Think about this. Your father was not struggling with quitting social media addiction. Your grandfather never even worried about that. Right? They had real life problems, financial problems. They had to feed their kids tomorrow morning and they were suffering to do that. Look at you, you have food 3 times on your plate every day. You have clothes to wear, you have a roof over your head. And look at you, you don't want to do anything. What kind of hedonistic does that? You're a young man in today's society. And the upcoming societies and the upcoming generation will be created based on what we do. And if we allow ourselves to succumb to the root of evil, to succumb to the attacks of evil, guess what happens? The younger society will become slaves. Our sons might be slaves if we don't fight against the evil in our societies. I don't have to tell you what problems that the society is creating. You can see by your own eyes if you have a brain that thinks. I'm talking about everything, not just social media. Politics, social life, schools, colleges, universities, jobs, everything is destroying a man's innate desire for success. Alright? Have you ever told, I think you might have if you're a young guy, you might have told a very high level goal and someone on the next moment they're like, oh, that's too high, you're just starting out, you shouldn't aim that high, aim low, aim for step 1 at first. The whole reason why step 1 matters is because I want to reach flow 100. That's why step 1 matters in the first place. If I don't want to reach level 100, there's no point of me taking step 1. So understand that it is your duty to be a man and be a man. You're a youngster. You don't just go around in bikes, revving your bikes with colored hair and shitty hairstyles, going out here and there, doing nothing, using your parents' money for your little survival stuffs. That is not how youngsters used to act. The Spartans, the teenage Spartans, they were real warriors put into battle. They fought for their country. The young men trained in Gurukula system. Think about them. Think about your age now. You're a youngster, like me. You're maybe if you're in your teens, you are very young. But if you're still in your 20s, you're still young. Right? Those people use their young years the best way so that they can also experience the best life when they're older. I think you've heard this, right? Work hard when you're young, then you can enjoy in the future. No. I instead a bit different. I say it a bit different. Enjoy working hard when you're young, so you automatically enjoy working hard when you're old. That's how your philosophy of working as a man must be. Because we always hate working. I hate to do work. I hate to study. I hate to exercise sometimes. But I still do it. Why? I have to do it. It's my duty. Men had duty and honor. Strength, respect and honor and duty are main aspects of a man. And you don't have that. So I ask you, are you even a man? So it is utterly your responsibility to make your life into the best ones, because your family gave you so much that our fathers, grandfathers, forefathers didn't have. Currently this is the best time, this is the easiest time to be a man. I'm just saying, this is the easiest time to be a man, the best time to be a man. And look at what you're doing. Your ancestors would be ashamed of you. Completely ashamed. Playing video games for 12 hours. Watching people dance on a screen all day long. Would they be proud of you? The people who fought tigers, fought wars, got a bullet in their chest so that you could be born and do these stupid things? No. They would be ashamed of you. Matter of fact, they'd be furious looking at what you're doing from the clouds. You shouldn't be like that. Be a man. Make your ancestors proud. Make your family proud. We as men, we don't do much things for ourselves, and that's not a problem. We as men, we are created for the creation of society. We are created for the creation of society. That's the beauty of a man. We create, not for ourselves, but for others. The love for the society, the love for the people we are with, the love for our family, the love for our country. Like self-love as a man is not just loving yourself, doing things for yourself. It's like pure selfishness, and a selfish man is not respected by society. Most of the things I do, all of the things I do, I don't do it for just myself. There's a greater cause than to myself. Like me recording videos, teaching young men like me what I've learned based on my life experience, helping my friends with their lives, them helping me with my lives. It's not just for ourselves, it's for something greater than ourselves. And that's what a masculine man does. So I hope you understand what I shouted about a few minutes now. Don't be wasting your life as a young guy. You are made to be ambitious. You are made to be adventurous. So go out there, be adventurous, and be the best version of yourself. Be a man.